This episode is called Building Emotional Strength. When we're faced with challenging obstacles, we all cope in different ways. Some face them head on, whereas others buckle under the pressure. It's important for us to find ways to build up our emotional strength. We spend a lot of time focusing on getting our bodies into shape or practicing healthy habits, but very little time working on improving our mental well-being. Building emotional strength requires daily exercise, just like building physical strength. It's perfectly normal for us to have moments of stress and anxiety or feelings of being overwhelmed. But if you regularly feel like you're drowning in your emotions, you need to improve your mental well-being. So what is emotional strength? It's a type of response when reacting to emotional events in an open and vulnerable way, which allows us to find ways of dealing with the emotion and not getting all tangled up in it. So do you have emotional strength? Here are 4 indicators. You can respond in an open and vulnerable way. You are emotionally responsive. You use vulnerable language when describing your situation. You engage in action and don't shy away from it. There are many situations that emotionally strong people avoid and actions they never take. Here are a few. They don't seek attention or let others get them down. They believe in themselves and don't hold grudges. They don't shy away from saying no. They don't sit around dreading what may or may not happen in the future. And they prefer action rather than words. So, thinking about these 2 lists, ask yourself, are you emotionally strong? Don't worry if you're not, because there are things you can do to change that. Here are a few tools that will help you build your emotional strength. Setting boundaries. We can start by setting ourselves boundaries, whether it's with friends, family, your partner, or even your co-workers. Boundary setting is extremely important. When you know what is tolerable or not, what is acceptable or not, and what is reasonable or not, you'll have a solid foundation of emotional strength. Boundaries should be based on your values or the things that are important to you. Remember, they are your boundaries and yours alone. So spend some time on setting up your red lines and stick to them. Now, many of your boundaries might align with those who are close to you, but others will be unique. It's important to let others know what your boundaries are, so they don't inadvertently step over them. Let's get physical. Looking after our bodies is another good way to build emotional strength. The mind and body are inseparable. By taking good care of your body, your mind will reap the benefits. It could be as simple as a brisk walk around the block or going for a jog. It doesn't have to be a full workout at the gym. What's important is you do it regularly and you get a sweat on. We are what we eat. Eating a healthy diet and regular exercise can help reduce your stress levels, improve your self-confidence, combat depression, and alleviate anxiety. To have a healthy, balanced diet, people should try to eat at least 5 portions of a variety of fruit and vegetables every day. Base meals on high-fiber, starchy foods like potatoes, bread, rice, or pasta. And try to reduce your meat and dairy intake. There are plenty of plant-based alternatives out there these days. A helping hand. Reaching out to others is a great way to help build your emotional strength. Some may see this as a sign of weakness. I actually see it as a sign of strength. The person who doesn't share their problems could eventually buckle under the weight of their own struggles or become isolated and resentful. It's well known that people with quality relationships and strong social support systems show signs of greater happiness throughout their lives. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable. People who open themselves up to others learn what real friendship, trust, and sincerity feels like. When your heart is closed, it leads to skepticism and insecurity. But when it's open, you have hope and clarity. Alone, but not lonely. When you enjoy your own company, you have built your emotional strength. There are times when we inevitably are alone, and we need to be able to make the best of those moments. If you feel some resistance to spending time alone, you really need to think about why that is. So, ask yourself, why do I hate to be alone? What am I afraid of? What do I think will happen? Start off slowly by spending a few minutes alone, and then slowly start to build on that. Remember, when you are spending time by yourself, turn off all of your devices so you can limit any distractions. We can't really claim to be alone if we're chatting on WhatsApp or sending photos on Instagram. We also need to be careful how we talk to ourselves. Turning negative self-talk into positive thinking can help reduce your risk of depression, lower levels of distress, and improve your coping skills. If you're a person that tends to be critical of yourself, it's important you change that inner dialogue. Counter your critical inner voice by speaking to yourself in a positive way that is kind, caring, and above all else, supportive, as this is a pillar of emotional strength. Bring awareness to your day. Practicing mindfulness is another way to build your emotional strength. Knowing yourself, paying attention to your responses, and practicing settling the body down when feeling overwhelmed is going to make you emotionally stronger. By bringing yourself back into the present moment, you'll have a full awareness of your thought process, your emotions, body sensations, and your immediate environment. When you are armed with this full awareness, you'll be able to consciously face up to any challenges you may be facing. When faced with difficulties, take a moment to watch your breath. No need to change the way you're breathing. Just become aware of it. Leave your full awareness on the breath flowing in and out of your nostril. This will give you space to calm down. Once you are calm, you'll be much better placed to deal with your present situation, and you'll be strengthening your emotional well-being.